Hi Virgo, welcome to your love reading for July 2017. For the month of June, you had the most views, so you're going to get the longer reading for this month. I'm going to be using some oracle cards as well. After we do the tarot reading, I'm going to be using the romance angels and also the psychic tarot from the heart. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with the reading and get you 9 cards from this deck. And this is the love reading for the sign of Virgo for July 2017. The first card you have is the 9 of Wands. Love reading for Virgo, July 2017. The 9 of Pentacles. The Knight of Swords. The Knight of Cups. The 9 of Cups. So again, the Knight of Cups, Knight, and the 9 of Cups. The Hierophant. The 10 of Cups. The Fool. Strength. Interesting. At the bottom of the deck, this is going to represent the main energy around your love life for the month of July. Nice. You have the Empress. So she represents a lot of happiness, a lot of abundance, and pretty much kind of feeling like you have everything that you ever wanted. We will see how this ties in with the rest of the reading. I see that you have some really interesting cards, really positive messages. We're going to take it one row at a time and then come back and kind of see how everything ties in together. So the top row here you have the 9 of Wands, the 9 of Pentacles, and the Knight of Swords. So to me, the 9 of Wands, that represents, the energy of being a little bit defensive. It is kind of a fear-based energy. For some of you, I see that there is something going on here with the Knight of Swords. I feel like there could be a lot of new developments in the month of July. The Knight of Swords, to me, it represents a lot of things happening, and especially a lot of things happening very quickly. This also represents impulsive decisions, impulsive actions. But I feel like, whatever it is that's going on here, where there's a lot of things happening, it causes some type of concern where you're kind of feel like you have to kind of protect yourself. I also feel because you have the 9 of Pentacles right in the middle, this is a card all about you. This is a card of your self-confidence, your sense of freedom, self-reliance. For some of you, you may kind of feel like your partner is kind of cramping your style. They may be interfering with your goals. You may feel like you need some space, maybe not in the form of somebody moving out, but to me the 9 of Pentacles is very much a card of personal growth and development. It's a card where you feel like you are in control, you feel like you're powerful, you feel that you're bringing in abundance. There is some type of concern here with the 9 of Wands. So it could be for some of you that you feel that your love life in some way is interfering either like with your job, with your goals, and it could be that there are, some major developments here in your love life. It doesn't have to be positive because the main energy is the Empress, and she does sometimes represent marriage and children. So even though I'm saying there's something that's happening that's causing concern, it could be something positive, like you're moving in with someone, you're getting married, you're deciding to have a baby, and you're kind of a little bit worried how this is going to affect you on a personal level. It does not have to be negative, but I definitely feel that there is kind of a lot happening in the month of July. Now moving on to this row here, interesting that you had Knight of Swords and then you move on to Knight of Cups. So you have the Knight of Cups, the 9 of Cups, and the Hierophant. So the Knight of Cups, this is movement, but this is movement in your love life. That's why I kind of feel like for some of you, whatever it is that's happening up here, where there's a lot of changes in July, that maybe have you worrying about you, about your goals, and kind of, maybe just, where you're going, how it's going to interfere with your job, school. I feel like there's some type of development in your love life. For some of you, for those who are single, it could be that you're meeting somebody new. The Knight of Cups does represent some type of proposal. Somebody offering you a relationship, love, marriage. And it's kind of interesting that it came right after the Knight of Swords. So this is something that could come out of nowhere. Like a very unexpected marriage proposal, a very kind of unexpected relationship that comes out of nowhere, where you're kind of wondering here with the Nine of Wands, how am I going to make this fit into my life? How is this going to affect, what I'm trying to work on? So this is, some type of, knight in shining armor, male or female, coming into your life. And I feel like this is exactly what you have been waiting for. You have the Nine of Cups. This is obviously, your wishes being granted. This is what you want. This represents a lot of happiness. For those who are already coupled, this is definitely positive movement in your relationship, especially if you've been going through something difficult. This entire reading is it's screaming at, positive changes, finally seeing movement, finally having your wishes granted, whether that's healing a relationship, hearing from someone from the past. There is definitely movement with these two knights, and then the Nine of Cups coming after that. Positive movement. Your wishes are granted in some way. And I feel like for some of you, it could be that you're meeting someone. It could be someone from the past, or it could be that you're finally kind of moving forward to the next level in your relationship. You also have the Hierophant here. So the Hierophant is a major arcana. And this represents, a lot of spiritual guidance. It's a very spiritual energy. To me, I always feel like this is a card of kindred spirits, soulmates, people that feel that they belong together. So for some of you, there is someone here, that you have been wishing either to get back with, or you really want this person to stay in your life. There's a sense of belonging here with the Hierophant. But there could also be a lot of spiritual guidance, to help bring you together. Even for those who are single, there could be, a pull towards someone specific in the month of July, where you feel like I need not look any further. This is the person for me. Now, moving on to this row here, you have the Ten of Cups, the Fool, and Strength. So the Ten of Cups, interesting that you have the Nine of Cups and the Ten of Cups here. The Ten of Cups does represent, again, a lot of happiness. This is a card of marriage and children, and just it's a happily ever after energy. I do feel like for some of you, especially seeing the Fool right here, for some of you this can be either a relationship where you had broken up, it was headed towards divorce. There is some type of new beginning that brings immense happiness. I do feel, because you have the Strength card here, that there could be, you might have to really hang in there. This is a card of courage. This is a card telling you to be brave. Don't let your fears get the best of you. There's definitely, a very positive message here of happiness, of you getting what you want, finally seeing movement in your love life, having this energy of the Empress, where you feel like you have everything. You not only have love, you have a lot of abundance. For some of you, this can represent children coming into your life. It could be that you're meeting your life partner and you will be having children. This is the energy of having it all. But for some of you, there is some type of caution here with the Strength card. And for some, I feel like for the majority of you, this could be someone from the past, where they're asking you to not lash out. There's definitely the possibility of things working out with the Fool being here in the middle. The Fool does represent taking a giant leap of faith on someone. Just trusting your heart and your intuition that this is the right path for you. This is a new beginning that you are taking. You're taking some type of risk and following a new path. With the Ten of Cups here, I definitely feel like this is, a lot of happiness. This could be something that leads to marriage. This is your happily ever after. Okay, so let's see what other messages come up for you from this deck. What other messages are there for the sign of Virgo for July 2017? You have the Ace of Swords. The Seven of Pentacles. The Two of Wands. Okay. So it's interesting that we have the Ace of Swords here with the Seven of Pentacles. The Ace of Swords, this is, you know, this can be clarity. This can be that you were confused. I definitely see that here with the Seven of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles is a card of really doing a lot of thinking, even though it's a suit of Pentacles, not air. It's very kind of, it's kind of doing a lot of thinking and analyzing, weighing your options. So for some of you, you may have this, like, you know, beautiful opportunity for a relationship. And again, this could be, you know, meeting somebody new. It could be this is someone from the past. I feel like there is some type of hesitation. It's not like, you know, like you're kind of jumping up and down. Well, you might be, but this is kind of like, let me think about it. And you're kind of, you know, you're looking at the past to see what happened there and really kind of thinking, is this good for me? This type, you know, brings me right back to the main energy over here. Sorry, the first card, the Nine of Wands. This is some type of concern, you know, where you feel like I have to do what's best for me. I have to protect me. And then not only that, but also kind of wondering, how is this going to affect my life, my path? Again, this is a general reading, so it's hard to say exactly what they're trying to say here, but I feel like there is a positive development, positive movement, where, you know, this is exactly what you want. This is what you've been waiting for. But there's caution, you know, to don't make a fear-based decision with the Strength card. I feel like you will be looking at this very carefully, kind of thinking, should I? Shouldn't I? How's this going to affect the rest of my life? How's this going to affect my goals? And I feel like you will have clarity with the Ace of Swords. And for some of you, if it's not clarity, this is needing to change the way that you're thinking. You may have to change your mind about somebody from the past. This could be an ex, or this could be someone in an existing relationship where you kind of feel like, you know, this person has let me down. I always feel like I have to be protecting myself. The Ace of Swords can represent kind of deprogramming yourself mentally to where you think more positive. And I feel like for some of you are willing to do that and accept this energy of this happily ever after. Like you're definitely jumping on board to these changes coming into your life because this is exactly what you want. Somebody's offering you something. You're very much, you know, you feel like this is, you know, your soulmate. This is a very kind of feeling of belonging, kindred spirits. But you do have the Two of Wands down here. The Two of Wands, this can represent a delay in waiting. I feel like if there is a delay in something really coming together romantically, it's because there is concern about the past. There is concern about being hurt. Kind of seeing these three cards right here, I feel, you know, if there is a delay, it's because you're doing a lot of thinking. Some of you may really be taking your time and kind of thinking, like, do I want to marry this person? Do I want to move in with them? If it's somebody new, if you're single, you're thinking, do I want to take, you know, a chance on this person? They could be someone completely different than you've ever dated. Again, the main energy was the Empress. So this is kind of telling you that you can have it all. I feel like for the majority of you, whatever is being offered, whether it's a new relationship, or rekindling a relationship, healing a relationship, this is something that will bring you a lot of happiness. Let's go ahead and see what this other deck wants to tell you. What other messages are there for the sign of Virgo for July 2017? The Six of Pentacles. King of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles. At the bottom of this deck, the World. So the World does represent victory, but it also represents it's time to close the door on an old chapter in your life. It's time for new beginnings. It does represent things kind of naturally ending and leaving a cycle in your life behind you and kind of opening new doors, looking for new opportunities. So for some of you, you know, that could be the message, not for everyone, that there is kind of like an offering of a relationship, and some of you may be like, thank you, but no thank you. I feel like, that will not be everyone, but I do see like some concern here with the Ace of Swords, the Seven of Pentacles, the Two of Wands, and then the two nines at the beginning, the Nine of Wands, the Nine of Pentacles. For some of you, you maybe feel like I need to do what's best for me. I need to move on. But the world can represent that this is, you don't need to fear. Remember the Strength card. There's nothing to fear here. Don't let your ego scare you away from something that's being offered to you. Maybe the person did you wrong. Maybe this is somebody completely different for you. The world can mean, again, this is a new cycle in your life. So you could be giving an old relationship a try. And you try. You're giving someone a chance. Again, with the Fool, this definitely ties in. Where, this will be a new cycle in your relationship. It's not going to be the same old thing. Although I do see some of you being very protective with the Nine of Wands being the first card. Now, these three cards that I pulled here, I noticed that we have the King of Pentacles. So this is your energy. Virgo is an earth sign. This could be male or female. Now, I'm kind of looking at what is on either side of the King of Pentacles. First, you have a really positive message of the Six of Pentacles. So they're telling you, Virgo, that in the month of July, there are, blessings that want to be kind of heaped on you by Spirit. Again, the energy of the Empress. You can literally have everything that you ever wanted. Again, with the Nine of Cups, your wishes can be granted. Everything can work out beautifully for you. But, with the Six of Pentacles, this is also saying, it's time for you to get what you deserve. Maybe you've been put through the ringer. Maybe you've been through a really difficult time. July is a time for you to be receiving love. It's a time for you to be finding love, healing relationships. But for some of you, it may not be that easy. You have the Two of Pentacles. And whenever I see this particular card, it seems like she's kind of stuck in a web. So for some of you, you may feel like, like you're literally stuck. Like you don't know how you want to proceed. You don't know if you want this person back. You don't know if you want this new relationship. The Two of Pentacles can also mean that there's more than one person in the picture. The Two of Pentacles can mean you're choosing between, two people where you're kind of torn and you can't make a decision. But it also represents kind of scattered energy where you're not really sure. And I definitely see that in the other cards, with the Ace of Swords and the Seven of Pentacles and the Strength card, where you may kind of feel like, I don't know what I should do. I don't know what I should do. Just kind of seeing, before I move on to the Romance Angels and the other deck I was going to use, the Psychic Tarot from the Heart, let's just take a look at this again. Kind of looking for patterns. The two Knights are here. The Knight of Swords, the Knight of Cups. This tells me that you will see movement in your love life in the month of July. You will see new developments. I also feel, with the two nines here, the Nine of Wands, the Nine of Pentacles, and the World, this is kind of representing an ending. So I feel like it's an ending of a cycle. So it could be the ending of, the ending of you being single. That's finally coming to an end. You're ready for a relationship or marriage. It could also be that, a relationship that has really been struggling. I forgot to mention the Ten of Cups here as well. The nines and the tens kind of represent nearing completion. So you've already been through the worst, and it's time for you to be accepting new beginnings. And you do have three new beginnings. You have the World, the Fool, and the Ace of Swords. These are all new beginnings for you in the month of July. But there is a message of kind of hesitation, like I don't know, possibly things being put on hold because you need time to think, because you need to change your mind about love, or you need to change your mind about a particular person. You can't let fear, right here, the Fool and the Strength card, you can't let fear interfere with you getting what you want. Because I see here that there's something that's very near and dear to your heart with the Nine of Cups. Something that you have really been wanting, but you kind of feel a little bit stuck with the Two of Pentacles. You feel kind of all over the place, where you really don't know if you should accept this or you should really move forward. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to, I'm going to start off with the Romance Angels to see what they want to tell you. What other messages are there for the sign of Virgo for July 2017? Let's get this one right here. Free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. So it definitely makes sense, with these kind of, fear-based messages, maybe not being able to trust yourself, not being able to trust your feelings, not being able to trust somebody that's trying to come into your life. They're saying it's, don't be so protective. This energy here definitely reminds me of the first card, the Nine of Wands, where you feel like you have to have your guard up. You have to protect your heart. You don't want to be hurt. It's time for you to tear down this wall and just let your guard down and let love back in, whether it's somebody new or it's willing to give a relationship a second chance. Let's see what other messages come up for you. What other messages are there for Virgo for July 2017? Let's go with this one here. Playfulness. And it says, to recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. So they're saying, this definitely reminds me of the Strength card, which is right here. So it's really time to be lighthearted. So I feel like for some of you, there's something that's going on where you're really kind of almost paranoid. You're very concerned about your love life in some way, where you feel like you can't just let go and just enjoy somebody's company or enjoy love or enjoy meeting new people. You feel kind of really, I don't know, I just keep getting like, paranoid. You feel like you have to protect yourself. It's kind of like the same message. You have to keep it lighthearted in the month of July. Keep it lighthearted. For some of you, there could be new people coming into your life. For some of you, I feel like there's hesitation, but I feel like for those of you where you're meeting somebody completely new, keep it very kind of light at the beginning, lightful and very light and playful. Make sure that you don't come on too strong. Let's see what I'm going to get one more card before I move on to the Psychic Tarot from the Heart. What other messages are there for Virgo for July? Let's go with this one here. Worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. So yeah, this card pretty much speaks for itself. I feel like when I first saw the card, I kind of feel like somebody is kind of thinking of you as that you are worth waiting for. Perhaps somebody has been waiting for you to come along. Somebody has been waiting for you to forgive them. Or it could be the other way around, that you have been waiting. Again, with the Nine of Cups, there's been something that you've been wishing for. It's finally coming around. And they're telling you that, again, with the Two of Wands here being a message of delays and waiting, that what you want, it took time, but it's finally coming in for you. And, the main energy, the Empress, again, this is the message of having it all, not having to settle in any way, shape, or form. You can have it all. So for some of you, there is a relationship coming in that is everything that you ever wanted and more. This is definitely someone that was kind of worth waiting for. Maybe all the terrible relationships you've been through, it has been worth it just to get to this one person. Okay, so let's see what happens with the Psychic Tarot from the Heart. What other messages are there for Virgo for July 2017? Master. So I'm trying not to think tarot. I kind of feel like here, this definitely ties in with the messages of fear. I feel like you kind of have to master your fears, where you feel like you want to fence yourself in. You want to get really kind of heavy and think about the past. And for some of you, maybe where you're still waiting for that person to come in, you really kind of have to stay really heart-based, where you don't let your fears get the best of you. You need to learn to master your emotions. Don't let them get the best of you. Master your fears. This is kind of staying in a really kind of positive, heart-based place where you're not giving up. Things are finally happening for you. What other messages are there for Virgo for July 2017? Shine. So this is I feel like for some of you, like this is your moment, especially with the Nine of Cups and the Empress being here. July is a time where, this is your time. It has been worth waiting for. Whether this is somebody completely new and this is your time to be in the spotlight, a new relationship, perhaps you're getting married, you're having a baby. This is your time to finally be happy. Remember, you have the Six of Pentacles saying it's time for you to receive. So again, be happy and kind of enjoy what is being offered to you in the month of July. And one more. Let's see if we still have time for one more. Let's go with this one right here. Awaiting results. Again, definitely ties in with the Two of Wands, which does represent delays and waiting. So I feel like for some of you, it could be that you have, you're definitely waiting for somebody's response. You're waiting for somebody new to come in. You have been waiting a long time for somebody to come back into your life or to meet somebody new. For some of you, this could be that someone in your life who's offering you a relationship. You can't see the cards because they're under here. But, with the Seven of Pentacles being there, where you're doing some thinking about, do I want this person in my life? This could be that, somebody is awaiting your decision. Somebody's waiting for you to change your mind about them. Somebody's waiting for you to let them in. These, cards are kind of telling you that it's your time to be happy. It's your time to be on top. Learn to master your fears, your emotions, so they don't get the best of you. Because with this energy here of the Two of Pentacles, you can get stuck, and the energy can get scattered where you're not really receiving when it's really time for you to receive with the Six of Pentacles. Remember, the main energy for July is the Empress, where there's a relationship, a change in your love life, where you're finally getting everything that you ever wanted. This is all the happiness and the abundance that you wanted, where you don't really have to settle. You have everything. And for those who are single, this can definitely be the month where you meet that special somebody that's very significant. Either the person that you're meant to spend the rest of your life with, or someone that you're meant to spend many years in a relationship with. Okay, Virgo, this has been your love reading for July 2017. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will speak to you again next month.